All right, thanks for checking out my video, guys. So what was happening is I was having a hard time making ARV comps happen for new construction and infill lots, and they're delicate areas. I know that, but it takes a lot of data to find it. But Zillow was a little bit cumbersome of trying to go through it all. So I came up with a tool that goes out and it pulls that information into a spreadsheet and lets me pull it out. Now, I know Zillow has some inaccuracy on the data that it brings in, but having the data in front of me, I can actually comb through it a little bit faster and clean it up, and I'll show you just how I do that. With this tool, I can actually pull an ARV valuation for comps in about 7 to 8 minutes. I'm going to be talking through this, so it might go a little bit longer, but you get the idea. So I'm going to share my screen with us, and here we go. So this is a Google Doc spreadsheet that we made a template for, and but first we actually started Zillow. So let me punch. Here's our address, and punched in and zooming in. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. You'll see why in a second. Copy, okay, and close. And but this one is in an area that it's got 3 schools. So if I clicked on any of these schools, you'll see that here we are, nearby schools. There's an elementary school. Elementaries tend to be smaller, so I could use the radius of that. King Middle School, Maynard, those are big areas that they cover. So I'll typically look to an elementary school because they have closer proximities and helping define. You don't want the full neighborhood, you just want the area. So we're going to be looking for D.H. Stanton Elementary, and it happens to be right up here, up around the street. So that area right here, I'm going to overview only pick the homes in there. I'm also going to draw this area. Here we go. Because that's how my search criteria is pulled up. Hit apply. There's my houses. Now in that area, I can set my filters. I only want recently sold. I want any price. I'm going to go 3 bedrooms because that weeds out some of the older 1 and 2 bedroom. I just want 3 bedroom builds. I only want houses, and I'm going to go ahead and go a full 12 months just to get a broad overview to assess this. I know we'd want to do sooner, but 12 months will work for what we're trying to do here. I'm going to hit apply and copy and paste my URL over here in just a second. 1031 Violet's been put in. The guy's actually picked up the property for $10,000, and design development fees usually ends up being for permits, architecture, varying things. I'm going to use it as a rule of thumb. For right now, I know we can do for less. Some cases might end up being a little bit more, but here's a good starting point of $10,000. And so now that means our total burden is $20,000. Let's go to get data, pull it into Zillow. We captured that URL. Boom. Now the script is running, and we'll wait for it. And here's our address right here. It creates a new sheet for 1031 Violet. So right now it's only showing that the 3 bedrooms are passing, and that means that we'd have to do a new build. There's no house to take advantage of, so it's automatically going to fail for them. So that's an assumption right now. Let's go into the houses. It pulled in 6 bedrooms, but we can say that the data in this is not valid because a 6-bedroom, 1,200 square foot house is impractical. That probably isn't real. So let's just delete that, and I'll show you how we actually go and research it. But for now, let's just say that that's not going to be real. 5-bedroom houses between 2,000 and 4,000 square feet could be kind of real. I'll leave those to see for sure. It's kind of suspect. 4 bedrooms. 4 bedrooms in a 1,400 square foot is kind of touchy, but here's one thing I like to do is I just go ahead and delete anything without pictures. The reason is because it's going to be hard to justify it when nobody has anything to compare to, so I'm going to eliminate that hassle right now. We've got a decent range, 2,003 to 2,400 square feet. That's our average right there. We're going to say that that's about 2,300 square feet. We're going to delete anything with no pictures. And boom, delete selected rows. Good. Now let's look at what we did find. 3 bedrooms, 2 and 1 bath. This is probably an old junker. 1 bath. I can go and click on the URL just to see. All right, boarded up, piece of crap. Good. This one's boarded up. All of these are boarded up. So let's go ahead and just weed those out. Delete. Looks like it's got a fresh coat of paint. We'll call that good. That's going to be able to create the average and start from there. This is unrealistic. It was probably a mass land deal. It's not relevant, so let's delete that row. We've got some range here now. So here's where our averages are going to start to work. Now, one of the things I like to do, and just to double check some things, is go and take these addresses and pop it over in to see if any recent building permits have been pulled. I've already done this for a couple of these things in the area, so but what I'll show you is that 265 Atlanta Avenue, and I'll check for 260 is one of our addresses as well. 260 and 265 Atlanta Avenue. Let's just look at 260. You can see no building. Here is a building permit, but it was only alterations. So there's been no square footage added to it. So we can say that that's a good range. 2,000, that one's a good range. So you can see that that's a relative range, and so we can probably trust these numbers here as to being good. And there's a comfortable range there. Because this one's low and we don't want to use it, we can pick out, we'll go ahead and pick out anything under 182 and just delete those rows. Now, let's go back to our front deal, and you can see that this is clearly passing for new construction. That lot, we could do new construction on it between $19,000 and $66,000 and still be profitable for this range right up here. That's using $128 a square foot, $100 to $128 a square foot to build at, and that average of 1,668 square feet. This is a good deal. There's plenty of room to work with it, so we can come up with something that works for a design solution to push this even further. Again, it's going to need to be a 3-bedroom. We'll go to a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and we'll try and find a solution somewhere in here. We can go up to 2,000 feet and know that it works. So anyway, what I'll do is just take this and print it out and share it with my client and let him see that he found himself a good deal. So hope that helps you guys, and if I can help you in any way resolve your lot, by all means put a comment below and let's see what we can do together and find a good valuation for your lot.